Number 19. The Mathematical Miracle Introduction. This chapter explores the various ways in which the Surahs 19x6 and there are theories in specific surahs, Surah Al-corruption of the Quranic text, ensuring its incidental or result from human analysis, mutual implications. How the study of the number 19 has been interpreted by many scholars as a key to understanding the mathematical coherence of the Quranic text, often referred to as one of its miracles. This chapter explores the various ways in which the number 19 manifests in the Quran, offering calculations and justifications for these phenomena. 1.1. The Quran's textual structure, Basmala. The Basmala, or the phrase, "In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful," contains precisely 19 letters in Arabic. It appears at the beginning of all but one surah, highlighting a structural pattern, surah and verse count. Some scholars point out that the Quran has 114 surahs, 19x6, and there are theories suggesting that certain verses or words align with multiples of 19. 1.2 Numerical patterns in the Quran, verse calculations. The first verse of Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening chapter, consists of 19 letters. The phrase day, yawm, and its plural occur 365 times in the Quran, which is equivalent to 19x19 plus 1, matching the number of days in a solar year. The number 19 in specific surahs, Surah Al-Muddathir 74, mentions the number 19 directly, stating, "Above it are 19 angels." Calculations showing how words or letters in this surah align with 19 have been proposed, though interpretations vary. 1.3. The significance of 19 protective code. One of the most popular interpretations is that 19 serves as a cryptographic key or a protective code against alteration or corruption of the Quranic text, ensuring its integrity. Divine signature. Some see the number 19 as a divine signature or a mathematical miracle that underscores the Quran's miraculous nature beyond human authorship. 1.4 Scholarly debates and interpretations. Support and criticism. While many scholars embrace the significance of 19 as evidence of the Quran's divine origin, others caution against overinterpretation, suggesting that some patterns might be coincidental or result from human analysis. Methodology. The chapter discusses the methodologies used by scholars to identify and validate these patterns, including statistical analysis and traditional exegesis. 1.5 Modern applications and reflections. Computational analysis. With the advent of computer technology, numerical patterns in the Quran have been subjected to more rigorous analysis, helping to discover or validate patterns that were previously theoretical. Educational and spiritual implications. How the study of the number 19 can enrich the spiritual experience of Muslims, encouraging contemplation on the precision and order in divine revelation. Conclusion. The number 19 within the Quran opens a window to a unique aspect of its miracle, where mathematics meets spirituality. Whether one views it as a protective mechanism, a divine signature, or a subject of scholarly debate, it undeniably adds to the Quran's allure and depth. This chapter has aimed to provide a balanced exploration of these numerical patterns in sacred texts. Nor ditk, O Allah, open for us the under. This chapter explores how these patterns amplify the Quran's, illustrate how rhyme serves as a mnemonic as dynamic beauty. 1.2 Rhythm, guided by divine instruction, enhances the listener's immersion. Patterns lead to new methodologies in textual analysis of religious scriptures. What ethical considerations should be taken into account when exploring numerical patterns in sacred texts? Next, chapter preview. Chapter 2 will explore the significance of the number 7 in the Quran, examining its symbolic representation of completeness, order, and the cosmic structure as reflected in Islamic theology and cosmology. Chapter 1, the rhyme and rhythm of revelation. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Allahumma at Linfum Kadbay Ulkrim, Ojal Ulsantan Turam Baik, Dukshurban El Nor Ditk. O Allah, open for us the understanding of your noble book. Make our tongues melodious with your verses and draw us near to the light of your guidance. Introduction. The Quran, a revelation of divine origin, radiates an eloquence unmatched in human language, a quality revered and studied for over 14 centuries. Among its linguistic wonders, the rhyme and rhythm emerge as vital threads, weaving a tapestry of sound that aids memorization, stirs the soul, and echoes with divine harmony. This chapter explores how these patterns amplify the Quran's linguistic miracle, ijaz, enhance its preservation through oral tradition, and forge a profound emotional and spiritual connection with its listeners. 1.1. The art of Quranic rhyme structure and function. We begin by tracing the Quran's use of end rhyme, where verses conclude with resonant patterns that infuse the text with poetic grace. Examples, such as the rhythmic endings of Surah Ar-Rahman 55, illustrate how rhyme serves as a mnemonic anchor, vital to the Quran's oral legacy, enabling generations to commit it to heart. Variety and consistency. The chapter examines the diversity of rhyme schemes across surahs, from simple consonant echoes in Surah Al-Ikhlas 112 to intricate patterns in longer chapters reflecting shifts in tone, theme, or divine intent. This interplay of consistency and variation underscores the Quran's dynamic beauty. 1.2. Rhythm, the pulse of the divine word, metrical patterns. Delving into the rhythmic flow of Quranic verses, we analyze their metrical cadence, akin yet distinct from classical Arabic poetry. This rhythm dictates the pace of recitation, evoking awe, serenity, or urgency as the message unfolds. Breath and pause. The natural pauses, waqf, and breaths in recitation form a sacred dialogue between text and reciter. This interplay, guided by divine instruction, enhances the listener's immersion, making the Quran a living, breathing revelation. 1.3. Psychological and cognitive impacts. Memory and recitation. Rhyme and rhythm ease the memorization process, a cornerstone of the Quran's accessibility to all, literate or not. This oral tradition has safeguarded its message across. While sharing some forms, the Quran poetic renditions strive to echo its rhythm, though. This chapter reveals how these elements render. Next chapter preview. Chapter 2. Chapter 1. Number 19. Place in Islamic scholarship. Its explicit mention in Surah. 1.4. Comparative analysis. Quran versus classical Arabic poetry. Comparing Quranic rhyme and rhythm to pre-Islamic poetry reveals their uniqueness. While sharing some forms, the Quran transcends human imitation, a challenge unmet since its revelation. Cross-cultural poetic elements. We explore how these patterns resonate universally, akin to poetic traditions worldwide, yet remain distinctly divine, rooted in the Quran's inimitable style. 1.5. Modern interpretations and applications. In translation, translating the Quran's musicality poses a formidable challenge. Poetic renditions strive to echo its rhythm, though their full depth eludes capture, underscoring its miraculous nature. In education and therapy, Quranic recitation's rhythm finds modern use in language learning and therapeutic settings, its calming cadence offering solace and focus, a bridge between ancient revelation and contemporary need. Conclusion. The rhyme and rhythm of the Quran are not mere ornaments, but intrinsic to its divine essence, carrying its message across barriers of time, language, and culture. This chapter reveals how these elements render the Quran a living text, speaking to both heart and mind, and drawing humanity closer to the divine through the beauty of sound. Questions for further reflection. How does the loss of rhyme and rhythm in translation shape the spiritual encounter for non-Arabic speakers? Can modern science measure the psychological upliftment of Quranic recitation? How does auditory splendor sustain the legacy of sacred texts? Next chapter preview. Chapter 2 will explore the pattern of repetition in the Quran, unveiling how it reinforces divine teachings, aids memory, and guides the spiritual path of its audience. Dua Allahumma, Jol Lukran, Lakrim Lan Shvan Wunran, Wudan Billah, Spil Slem, Roskan Tluth, and Lail Wuturf Learner. O Allah, make the noble Quran a healing and light for us, guide us through it to paths of peace, and grant us its recitation in the depths of night and the edges of day. Chapter 1. Number 19. The mathematical miracle, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, Allahumma, Ern Jeb Kaklakrim, Wuftlan Bublulum Likin, the Button Lo Trick La Bite Labint. O Allah, show us the wonders of your noble book. Open for us the gates of knowledge and certainty, and keep us steadfast on the path of truth with your clear signs. Introduction. The number 19 holds a distinctive place in Islamic scholarship. Its explicit mention in Surah Al-Muddathir 74:30 and subtle presence in the Quran's structure sparking centuries of fascination. Seen by many as a mathematical key to the text's divine coherence, it underscores the Quran's miraculous nature. This chapter investigates the manifestations of 19. The Quran's structure invites numerical scrutiny and symbolism. The number 19 in specific surahs view 19 as a mark of Allah's authorship, its patterns weighing their rigor and implications. 1. The number 19 unveils a remarkable facet of the Quran's to sacred text analysis. What ethic on Surah At-Tawbah. This recurring pattern hints at a deliberate design. Surah and verse count with 114 surahs, 19x6. The Quran's structure invites numerical scrutiny. Scholars also note alignments in verse counts or word repetitions tied to 19, suggesting an underlying harmony. 1.2 Numerical patterns in the Quran. Verse calculation. Surah Al-Fatiha's opening verse contains 19 letters, a subtle yet striking example. The word day, yom, appears 365 times, 19x, 19 plus 4, mirroring the solar year's cycle. An intriguing blend of precision and symbolism. The number 19 in specific surahs, Surah Al-Muddathir 74:30 declares, "Above it are 19, referring to hell's guardians. Calculations of letters or words in this surah often align with 19, fueling theories of a deeper code. 1.3 The significance of 19 protective code. Some interpret 19 as a safeguard, a mathematical seal preserving the Quran's integrity against alteration, a testament to its divine protection, divine signature. Others view 19 as a mark of Allah's authorship, its patterns defying human replication and affirming the Quran's miraculous origin. 1.4 Scholarly debates and interpretations, support and criticism. While proponents hail 19 as proof of divine precision, skeptics warn of overinterpretation, noting that some patterns may arise from selective analysis rather than intent. Methodology. We explore the tools, traditional tafsir and statistical methods used to uncover these patterns, weighing their rigor and implications. 1.5 Modern applications and reflections, computational analysis. Digital tools have refined the study of 19, validating some patterns and sparking new discoveries, merging ancient text with modern science. Educational and spiritual implications. Contemplating 19 enriches faith, inviting believers to marvel at the Quran's order and precision as signs of the divine. Conclusion. The number 19 unveils a remarkable facet of the Quran's miracle where mathematics and spirituality converge. Whether seen as a protective code, a divine imprint, or a scholarly puzzle, it deepens the text's allure. This chapter offers a balanced lens, honoring the complexity of interpretations while celebrating the Quran's mathematical elegance. Questions for further reflection. How does 19's mathematical role shape perceptions of the Quran's divinity? Could numerical studies inspire new approaches to sacred text analysis? What ethical boundaries should guide such explorations? Next chapter preview. Chapter 2 will examine the number 7, probing its symbolism of completeness and cosmic order in Islamic theology and the Quran's design. Dua Allahumma jilman luldin yidbrun aitk wispsron bekumte wulman urstin fifem klumbin. O Allah, make us among those who reflect on your Son. Spiritual tone, phrases like divine harmony and sacredness. These versions aim to blend scholarship, spiritual. Introduction. The Quran revealed by Allah, harmony of creation. This chapter explores supports this. Studies in cognitive psychology show natural linguistic rhythms, a phenomenon acoustics research links enhanced clarity, streamlined language for accessibility, for example, rhythmic endings instead of end rhyme, while retaining scholarly depth. Spiritual tone, phrases like divine harmony and sacred dialogue elevate the reverence, aligning with the Quran's sanctity. Examples added. Specific surahs, for example, Ar-Rahman Al-Fatiha, are cited to anchor abstract concepts in concrete illustrations. Balanced perspective. The numerology chapter maintains objectivity, acknowledging debates while celebrating the phenomenon. Let me know if you'd like further refinements, specific DOA adjustments, additional examples, or a shift in focus. These versions aim to blend scholarship, spirituality, and accessibility as per your vision. Chapter 1. The Rhyme and Rhythm of Revelation. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, Allahumma iftah alayna fama kitabika al-karim, waj'al al-sinatana tatarana mubiyayatik, wa karibna ila nur hidayatik. O Allah, open for us the understanding of your noble book. Make our tongues melodious with your verses and draw us near to the light of your guidance. Introduction. The Quran, revealed by Allah to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, radiates an eloquence that transcends human capacity, a miracle affirmed in Surah Al-Fatiha, 1788. Say, if mankind and the jinn gathered to produce the like of this Quran, they could not produce its like, even if they were to help one another. Among its wonders, the rhyme and rhythm stand as divine threads, weaving a sonic tapestry that aids memorization, stirs the soul, and reflects the harmony of creation. This chapter explores these patterns as part of the Quran's ijaz, inimitability, delving into their spiritual resonance, scientific dimensions, and timeless significance. 1.1 The art of Quranic rhyme, structure and function. The Quran's end rhyme, evident in Surah Ar-Rahman 55, with its refrain, Fabi ayi ala irabikuma tukadiban, so which of the favors of your Lord would you deny, creates a rhythmic cadence that enhances memorability. Science supports this. Studies in cognitive psychology show that rhymed patterns activate memory pathways, aligning with the Quran's oral preservation, as Allah promises in Surah Al-Hijr 15:9. Indeed, it is we who sent down the reminder, and indeed we will be its guardian. Variety and consistency, from the succinct rhymes of Surah Al-Ikhlas 112 to the elaborate patterns of Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26. Rhyme adapts to thematic shifts, praise, warning, or narrative. This mirrors natural linguistic rhythms, a phenomenon acoustics research links to auditory processing ease, amplifying the Quran's universal appeal. 1.2 Rhythm, the pulse of the divine word, metrical patterns. The Quran's rhythm, distinct yet reminiscent of Saj, rhymed prose, flows with a meter that science recognizes as optimizing auditory retention. Surah Ad-Duha 93 exemplifies this. Its studies on prosody suggest such pacing enhances Quran and teach it. Sahih Bukhari. Quran's rhythm and rhyme serve divine purpose, unmatched in it. 1.5 Modern interpretations and applications in Al-Isra 17:82. Conclusion. 191. Uniting breath and pause. The Waqf pauses in recitation, guided by traditional tajweed, align with natural respiratory rhythms. Scientific studies on prosody suggest such pacing enhances comprehension and emotional impact, making the Quran a living dialogue between Allah and humanity. 1.3 Psychological and cognitive impacts memory and recitation. Rhyme and rhythm enabled millions, including the illiterate, to memorize the Quran, an oral miracle rooted in divine design. Cognitive science confirms that rhythmic patterns reduce cognitive load, supporting the Hadith. The best of you are those who learn the Quran and teach it. Sahih Bukhari. Emotional resonance. The Quran's sound induces tranquility, as in Surah Ash-Shah 94:1. Did we not expand for you your breast? Neuroscience links rhythmic auditory stimuli to reduced stress, aligning with its spiritual promise of peace, sakina, a synergy of science and faith. 1.4 Comparative analysis, Quran versus classical Arabic poetry. Unlike pre-Islamic poetry's competitive flair, the Quran's rhythm and rhyme serve divine purpose, unmatched in depth. Its challenge in Surah Al-Baqarah 2:23 to replicate it remains unmet, a linguistic anomaly defying human limits, as linguistics affirms its structural uniqueness. Cross-cultural poetic elements. Universally, rhythm aids poetry's emotive power, yet the Quran's divine origin sets it apart. Acoustic science notes its prosodic balance transcends cultural norms, resonating with all who hear it. 1.5 Modern interpretations and applications in translation. Capturing the Quran's musicality in translation is elusive, yet efforts like Marmaduke Pickthall's poetic rendering hint at its rhythm. Linguistic analysis reveals the challenge. No language fully mirrors Arabic's phonetic richness. In education and therapy, Quranic recitation aids language acquisition and mental health, with studies showing rhythmic sound lowers cortisol levels, echoing its role as a healing and a mercy. Surah Al-Isra 17:82. Conclusion. The Quran's rhyme and rhythm are divine instruments, preserving its message and touching the soul across time. Science illuminates their cognitive and emotional power, affirming their role in the ijaz. Integrating these fields reveals the Quran as a bridge between revelation and reason, inviting deeper connection with Allah's words. Why Quran science integration? This fusion honors Allah's call to reflect on His signs. Surah Al-Imran 3, 190, 191, uniting akal, reason, and naql, revelation. It validates the Quran's timelessness, showing how its linguistic miracles align with modern discoveries, enriching faith and understanding. Questions for further reflection. How does translation wazukna tilawatahu ana'a al-layl work? Show us the wonders of your noble book. Open for us the gates of divine order. This chapter examines 19s with 19. A symmetry science validates as not. Statistical analysis deems such alignment that it may be a trial for those who disbelieve. Of ijaz, while critics wary of overreach. Energy. Dua Allahumma jal al-Qur'ana lana shifa'an wa nuran wa hadina bihi ila subul as-salam wa zukna tilawatahu ana'a al-layl wa atrafa an-nahar. O Allah, make the noble Quran a healing and light for us, guide us through it to paths of peace, and grant us its recitation in the depths of night and the edges of day. Chapter 1, number 19, the mathematical miracle. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Allahumma arina ajaib kitabika al-karim wafta lana abwaba al-ilm wal-yakin wa thabitna ala tariq al-haq bi ayatika al-bayinat. O Allah, show us the wonders of your noble book, open for us the gates of knowledge and certainty, and keep us steadfast on the path of truth with your clear signs. Introduction. The number 19, spotlighted in Surah Al-Muddathir 74:30. Above it are 19. It captivates scholars as a marker of the Quran's mathematical miracle. Rooted in Allah's wisdom, as He states, it is He who has sent down to you the book. In it are verses precise. Surah Al-Imran 3:7. This number hints at a divine order. This chapter examines 19's manifestations, weaving dalil, scientific analysis, and reflections on its significance. 1.1. The Quran's textual structure. Basmala. The Basmala's 19 letters preface 113 surahs, a pattern suggesting intent. Allah's attribute of Al-Alim, the all-knowing, shines through such precision, inviting mathematical scrutiny. Surah and verse count with 114 surahs, 19x6. The Quran's structure aligns with 19. A symmetry science validates as non-random. Patterns in verse counts further hint at a design beyond coincidence. 1.2 Numerical patterns in the Quran, verse calculations. Surah Al-Fatiha's first verse, 19 letters, and the 365 occurrences of day, 19x19 plus 4, reflect cosmic cycles, echoing Surah Fusilat, 41:53. We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves. Statistical analysis deems such alignments improbable by chance. The number 19 in specific surahs. Surah Al-Muddathir's mention of 19 inspires calculations, e.g., its 56 verses, 19x3:1, suggesting a deeper layer. Science's pattern recognition tools amplify these findings. 1.3. The significance of 19 protective code. Some see 19 as a safeguard, per Surah Al-Muddathir 74:31, that it may be a trial for those who disbelieve. Cryptography parallels suggest it ensures textual integrity, a divine shield, divine signature. As a sign of Allah's oneness, Tawheed 19 defies human authorship, aligning with Surah Ash-Shura 42:52. Thus have we revealed to you an inspiration of our command. Mathematics underscores its miraculous nature. 1.4 Scholarly debates and interpretations support and criticism. Proponents cite 19 as proof of ijaz, while critics, wary of overreach, urge caution. Yet both affirm reflection, as in Surah Sad 38:29, a blessed book that they might reflect. Science aids by testing claims objectively. This fusion of tech and scripture deepens into marvel at Allah's signs in His book and creation. Sacred text studies. What ethical limits guide such details? Dalil integration, Quranic verses with human nature, a divine design. Nuns and reflections, computational analysis. Digital tools reveal 19's patterns with precision, aligning with Surah Ar-Rahman 55:5. The sun and the moon move by precise calculation. This fusion of tech and scripture deepens awe. Educational and spiritual implications. Studying 19 inspires contemplation, tadabbur, fulfilling Surah Muhammad 47:24. Then do they not reflect upon the Quran? It bridges intellect and faith, enhancing spiritual insight. Conclusion: the number 19 unveils a mathematical miracle where divine precision meets human inquiry. Supported by Dalil and illuminated by science, it affirms the Quran's depth, an invitation to marvel at Allah's signs in His book and creation. Why Quran-science integration? This approach reflects Allah's command to observe His signs, Surah Yunus 10, 101, merging revelation with discovery. It proves the Quran's relevance, its patterns resonating with scientific principles, fostering a holistic understanding of faith. Questions for further reflection. How does 19's precision reinforce belief in divine authorship? Can numerical analysis redefine sacred text studies? What ethical limits guide such explorations? Next chapter preview. Chapter 2 examines the number 7, its symbolism of cosmic order, and its scientific spiritual harmony. Dua Allahumma jalna min alladhina yatadabaruna ayatik wa yastabsiruna bihikmatik wa alhimna rushdana fi fam kalamik al-mubin. O Allah, make us among those who reflect on your signs, perceive your wisdom, and grant us guidance in understanding your clear speech. Elaboration details. Dalil integration, Quranic verses, for example, Al-Isra 17:88, Al-Hijr 15:9, and Hadith, for example, Sahih Bukhari, ground each section in Islamic evidence, linking linguistic and numerical phenomena to divine intent. Verses emphasize reflection, tadabbur, preservation, and precision, reinforcing the ijaz. Science intersection, rhyme, rhythm, cognitive science, memory, emotion, acoustics, prosody, and neuroscience, stress reduction, explain their effects, showing alignment with human nature, a divine design. Number 19, statistics, probability, cryptography, text integrity, and computational analysis, pattern detection, validate patterns, merging empirical rigor with faith. B, demonstrates the Quran's timelessness, its miracles resonating with modern tools, enhancing appreciation and countering skepticism. Encourages a unified worldview where faith and reason coexist as Islam historically embraced science, for example, Golden Age advancements. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, presents a states. Over it are 19. This verse of this number. Their studies have revealed a verses. These patterns suggest that the Quran's complexity and the wisdom embedded within its verses. The significance of the number 19, suggesting a deeper hidden layer of meaning that invites exploration and contemplation. This number is explicitly mentioned in Surah Al-Muddathir, chapter 74, verse 30, where it states, "Over it are 19. This verse has sparked numerous interpretations and theories, each attempting to unravel the mystery behind this specific number. Some scholars believe it refers to the 19 angels guarding hell, while others see it as a symbol of divine order and precision. Piquing the curiosity of believers and scholars alike, the mention of 19 has led to extensive research and debate. Islamic scholars have delved into the Quran, seeking patterns and connections that might explain the significance of this number. Their studies have revealed a complex web of numerical relationships that seem to point to a deliberate design, suggesting that the Quran's structure is not only spiritually profound, but also mathematically intricate. This explicit mention points towards a deeper mathematical coherence within the Quran's structure and language. The number 19 appears in various forms, such as the number of letters in certain key phrases, the frequency of specific words, and the arrangement of verses. These patterns suggest that the Quran's composition is not random, but follows a precise mathematical logic that enhances its spiritual message. The exploration of this numerical pattern offers a unique lens through which to appreciate the divine nature of the Quran. By examining the occurrences and significance of the number 19, believers can gain a deeper understanding of the Quran's message and its divine origin. This numerical phenomenon serves as a testament to the Quran's complexity and the wisdom embedded within its verses. It reveals an intricate tapestry of interconnected layers where mathematical precision intertwines with profound spiritual meaning. The number 19 acts as a bridge between the physical and the metaphysical, linking the tangible text with the intangible divine wisdom. This interplay of numbers and spirituality invites readers to reflect on the Quran's deeper meanings and the divine intelligence that crafted it. This essay delves into the significance of the number 19 in the Quran, exploring its presence in various aspects of the text. From the structure of verses to the frequency of words, The number 19 emerges as a key element that underscores the Quran's divine origin. By understanding this numerical phenomenon, readers can appreciate the Quran's complexity and the profound wisdom it contains, offering a richer, more nuanced perspective on this sacred text. The Quran's mathematical structure is evident from its very fact lays the groundwork for a complex numerical system, various other aspects of the Quran. This consistent plus 6 equals 19. This the deeper layers of meaning and order that lie within its design. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, consists of precisely 19 Arabic letters. This is not a random occurrence, but a deliberate choice that sets the tone for the entire Quran. This seemingly simple fact lays the groundwork for a complex numerical system that permeates the entire text. Scholars have long been fascinated by this numerical symmetry, which appears to be woven into the very fabric of the Quran. The Quran comprises 114 surahs, or chapters. This number is not arbitrary. It is a multiple of 19, specifically 19 times 6. Interestingly, 114 is a multiple of 19, 19 times 6. This pattern is not limited to the number of chapters, but extends to various other aspects of the Quran. This consistent pattern suggests a deliberate and intricate design, hinting at a higher order embedded within the Quran's structure. The recurrence of the number 19 in different contexts within the Quran has led many to believe that it serves as a divine signature, a mark of authenticity and perfection. For instance, the total number of verses in the Quran is 6,236, which, when the digits are added together, 6 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6 equals 19. This is just one of many examples where the number 19 plays a crucial role. The mathematical framework of the Quran is not just a subject of academic interest, but also a source of spiritual reflection. It invites believers to ponder the divine wisdom and the meticulous care with which the Quran was revealed. This numerical structure serves as a reminder of the Quran's divine origin and its timeless relevance. It challenges us to look beyond the surface and appreciate the deeper layers of meaning and order that lie within. In conclusion, the mathematical framework of the Quran is a testament to its divine authorship and a source of endless fascination for those who seek to understand its mysteries. It is a reminder that every word, every letter, and every number in the Quran has a purpose and a place in the grand design of the universe. The number 19's influence extends beyond the overall structure of the Quran. It is also deeply embedded within individual surahs. For instance, Surah Al-Fatiha, the first chapter and the most frequently recited prayer in Islam, consists of 7 verses. Astonishingly, the total number of letters in the first verse of Surah Al-Fatiha is 19. This intricate relationship between the number of verses and letters within a surah further strengthens the case for a deliberate numerical framework woven into the fabric of the Quran. Surah Al-Muddathir, where the number 19 is a level of mathematical precision that points towards numerical phenomena. The surah mentions that over the Quran, Allah has placed 19, chapter 74, verse 30. This verse itself is the 30th verse of the surah, and the word 19 is the 19th word from the end of the surah. These intricate connections between verse numbers, word counts, and the number 19 are difficult to dismiss as mere coincidence. They suggest a level of mathematical precision that points towards a divine origin. Section 5. The Protective Code Theory. Divine revelation meticulously preserved throughout his 19 in the Quran serves as a protective code. This theory posits that the intricate numerical patterns act as a safeguard against alterations or corruptions of the text. Any attempt to tamper with the Quran's words or arrangement would disrupt these precise mathematical relationships, thereby exposing the alteration. This theory highlights the Quran's uniqueness as a divine revelation meticulously preserved throughout history. Section 6. Divine signature or mathematical coincidence. While the numerical patterns in the Quran are undeniable, their interpretation remains a subject of debate. Some scholars view them as a divine signature, a testament to the Quran's divine origin and the inimitability of its language. Others, however, argue that these patterns might be coincidental or a result of human interpretation. They emphasize the subjective nature of pattern recognition and the possibility of finding meaning where none was intended. Section 7. Modern computational analysis to the idea of a deliberate mathematical framework has provided new tools for investigating the numerical patterns in the Quran. Sophisticated software programs can now analyze the text with unprecedented precision, identifying complex mathematical relationships and patterns that were previously undetectable. These analyses have, in many cases, confirmed the existence of the numerical patterns associated with the number 19, lending further credence to the idea of a deliberate mathematical framework within the Quran. Section 8. Spiritual and intellectual implications. The exploration of the number 19 in the Quran offers profound spiritual and intellectual implications. For believers, it strengthens faith in the divine origin of the Quran, highlighting its miraculous nature and the intricate design woven into its very fabric. For those approaching the Quran from an academic perspective, the numerical patterns present a fascinating case study in textual analysis and the relationship between language, mathematics, and spirituality. Section 9. A call to contemplation. The numerical miracle faceted layers of meaning. Each verse, each word, and even each patterns are not just mathematical curiosities. They are in it, encouraging a lifelong journey of love. The Quran serves as a profound reminder of the divine intelligence behind its revelation. It is not merely a coincidence, but a deliberate design that calls for our attention and reflection. It encourages us to approach the Quran with a renewed sense of wonder and to delve deeper into its multifaceted layers of meaning. Each verse, each word, and even each letter holds significance, urging us to explore beyond the surface. The Quran is a treasure trove of wisdom, waiting to be uncovered by those who seek knowledge and understanding. Whether viewed as a divine signature or a testament to the beauty of Arabic language and structure, the numerical patterns in the Quran are a source of endless fascination. They challenge us to think critically and to appreciate the complexity and elegance of the text. These patterns are not just mathematical curiosities, they are a gateway to deeper spiritual insights. The numerical patterns in the Quran spark curiosity and inspire further exploration of this sacred text and its enduring relevance in the 21st century. In a world where science and faith often seem at odds, the Quran's numerical miracles offer a bridge between the two, showing that faith and reason can coexist harmoniously. They invite us to ponder the mysteries of the universe and our place within it, encouraging a lifelong journey of learning and contemplation.